Hey folks, Triple T Cat here, recording for the Zombie Arcade, and, well, let's meet the weapon once again. Today we're talking about the Type 88 light machine gun, and this is some gameplay of me using it with no attachments on Operation Metro. This was an extremely painful game. My team actually had the opposite of situational awareness, but I think I cut out a lot of the parts where I was surrounded by 5 medics and couldn't get a medkit. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to start talking about. First, we're going to talk about the weapon in real life, of course, and then in the game, as is tradition. Now, this gun, it was actually much harder to find information on this weapon than any of the other guns I've covered so far. A few of them, I had to, look around a bit to find some decent information, but this one, I looked. I couldn't find very much out, but I'll tell you what I could find out. So, the actual designation of this weapon is the QJY-88, but it's commonly called the Type 88 LMG, not to be confused with the QBU-88, which is also sometimes called the Type 88, but that's a marksman rifle. That gun's in Battlefield 3, so we'll be covering that later in the series, of course. This weapon is manufactured in China and is in service with the PLA. As far as I can figure from the research that I did, the weapon's design was finalized, or it started being manufactured in 1988, hence the name, but it doesn't seem to have been accepted into service with the PLA until much more recently, likely around the turn of the 21st century. So, early 2000s, late 90s, something like that. It uses a pretty uncommon round, the 5.8x42mm round, which is, so it's a little bit wider, but also a little bit shorter than the 5.56 NATO rounds used in the M249, M16, etc. It likely has fairly similar performance, but again, I couldn't find out very much detailed information, and apparently this gun is said to use a particularly heavy version of the round, so I'm not sure exactly what the deal is. I couldn't find any information really about the ammunition specifically either. Once again, just not a whole lot about this gun. So as far as I can tell, the design is really conventional. It's got a quick change barrel, air-cooled, ability to mount a variety of optics, a rate of fire at around 700 rounds a minute, and an effective range of about 1 kilometer. So in terms of performance, it seems to be roughly comparable to most sort of standard 5.56 machine guns, although it's reportedly a bit on the heavy side compared to those guns. I don't really have much more to say about it. I did find a little other information, but nothing really jumped out at me as hugely interesting, so we'll just leave it there. As I said, it was kind of hard to find info about this gun. But, of course, I will talk about how it performs in the game. I had a hell of a time getting footage with this gun, to be honest. It took me way longer than it normally does, and, I mean, to be honest, this game is not one that I would generally use, but I was just sick of trying to get one. But that's actually not because the gun is bad. I think that's more just because I'm not a huge fan of light machine guns in this game. It's not my favorite class of weapons, and I actually think this one's not too bad in terms of how the heavier light machine guns fare. The damage and rate of fire are neither of them's that good, which makes it a little bit hard to kill people with this thing, I think is the problem I was having compared to other light machine guns that either have a higher rate of fire or they do more damage. But what is good about the Type 88 is it's much easier to control than most of the other heavier style light machine guns in this game, so it doesn't have much recoil. You can't really run and gun with it. The accuracy while moving is pretty poor, but you can stop, ramp the sights, and shoot, and you can shoot this without the bipod down pretty easily. So I'm not sure what loadouts I'm going to use with this one yet in the other videos. I'll have to figure something out. I'm guessing this one's going to be better suited to a kind of foregrip setup, but, we'll talk about that in a future video. So, generally speaking, the performance of the gun is, it kills kind of slowly because the rate of fire is not amazing, the damage isn't amazing, but it does have pretty good accuracy if you're stationary, especially with the bipod down. It's pretty much a fucking laser beam, which is nice. Pretty much that's this gun's one strength in this game is it does have a pretty high accuracy compared to the other light machine guns, and for that reason, I don't hate it, and I'm sure some of you would probably really enjoy this gun, but for me, I just felt like it kills a bit too slowly, so there's not really enough to recommend it in comparison to, say, the M249, the M240B, even the M60. I would take over this gun, the MG36, which we'll look at as the next weapon in the Meet the Weapon series. Again, probably gonna fare a lot better. That one's kind of like this, in that the MG36 is pretty accurate, but the MG36, I feel like the MG36 kills a bit faster. So yeah, that's this gun. And, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I actually really liked this gun right after the release of the game. I had a really good time using this because this was in the Physical Warfare pack, So I was one of the only people that could even use this gun until they made the Physical Warfare Pack available to everyone, and I had it unlocked in day one, and I actually really liked it at first, but just using it again after I took a break from it, I don't like it at all. It's kind of funny. I've been noticing with this series a lot, guns that I haven't used in a while, I'll come back to them, and my opinion of them will be completely different from what it was before. Like, previously, I really didn't like... shit, I don't remember. There was a gun a little while ago that I had really hated originally, but when I used it for Meet the Weapon, I found, oh yeah, this thing's actually kind of cool. And with this, I remember liking it originally, but using it now, it's it's not my friend. You can see here me getting my ass handed to me a fair bit. You know, I was blaming my team earlier. I did make my own mistakes in this game as well, of course. I'm not a flawless guy. I do try, though. And I'm not sure why the sound is out of sync. It was fine with these exact same recording settings for a long time, and now, nope. I don't know. I'll try and fix that more for the next video. I keep recording things that are out of sync, and I don't know why. Anyway, hopefully that'll be fixed up in the next video. You can see here, we are getting these objectives done. You might be thinking this doesn't seem too bad. We got that first phase done really fast, and we are completing these objectives, the second phase objectives, but we do end up getting defeated absolutely on the third phase, which is where you often do get stopped on this map as a rush attacker, because you just get trapped in those staircases and escalators, and it's all kinds of nasty. So you're going to see me spending a lot of time trying to get up a staircase and not making a whole lot of progress. And here, I was trying to pull out a claymore here, but I didn't realize my ammo box had actually exploded, and that's why it wasn't refilling, and then a grenade blew me up. Story of my life on Metro, blown up by grenades, by M320 shots, which are also grenades, by RPGs, which are also grenades. Rocket-propelled grenades, of course, it's still a type of grenade. I was really sad that that guy was behind me, and even more sad that I was throwing an ammo box, because if I hadn't been, I might have been able to shoot all over his face, but it wasn't meant to be. So I think this is where I started to actually get some kills, though. We don't really manage to push up on these objectives, sadly, but I did manage to start staying alive for a bit longer and getting a few more kills here, which is why I decided I could actually use this, because I finally got enough kills with the gun to sort of say, okay, good, I actually showed off a little bit of what this gun can actually do, although I didn't do amazingly well. I think I also started getting revived a few times here, although, again, still counts when I really thought I should have gotten revived, but I didn't. I don't know. I shouldn't be too hard on my team. I always feel bad for it, but just some of the stuff that happened in this game made me mad as all hell. I think I actually did edit most of it out, mercifully, so I'm going to have to watch it again. Get mad yet again. But, it's super sad. I never know. I felt really bad here that I couldn't push up harder, but I mean, come on, guys, let's be honest. I could be running out there and trying to get up to the objectives, but I'm just going to die instantaneously. If I run up those stairs, charge up those stairs, try to get, you know, you can go up through the hall, or you can go out around the outside of the hallway, or you can try and get over to the middle thing, but you can't really move up from there, because just any time you have to go into the middle area of that ticket hole, you are most likely going to get shot horrendously and killed. What you have to do here, I think, is some people have said smoke grenades are really helpful in this area, which I still haven't tried. I haven't really seen people using smoke grenades here. I haven't tried it myself. That's something that I'll definitely be getting a shot on this map when I'm not doing Meet the Weapon, on this phase in particular, in this ticket hole zone, because it's actually absolutely fucking brutal. It's this wide open space, and the enemy has all kinds of cover around and behind where they can just shoot you. There are a few ways you can get up there, but if the enemy's even remotely competent, they're going to have it on lockdown, and you're just going to get trapped, which is basically what happened here, what happens a lot on this map. All kinds of nasty. Hopefully I'll get some decent games in with this gun when I'm doing other attachment loadouts. I might do 2 for this one. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep playing around with this gun and recording as I do, and using a few different loadouts, and we'll see what I get in terms of good footage. That's how I normally decide what loadouts to use. Like, I'll just play with the gun that I'm recording. I'll just play a few games, and I'll just use whatever attachment loadout strikes my fancy based on the map, based on just what the hell I feel like, what I think's going to work on the gun, and then if I get a good gameplay with it, I'll use that. So that's what I'm going to do for this gun, of course, and so we'll see what we end up getting. Man, the sound is out of sync. I'm really sorry about that, guys. I don't know what causes that. It shouldn't actually happen at all with my current recording software. And I can't imagine my editing software would be doing it either. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it is my editing software somehow fucking things up, but it's really unlikely. I don't know, I'll see if I can have it fixed for next time, because it really does annoy me when the sound is out of sync. I know, I don't know how much it bothers you guys, but it pisses me off. If there's any kind of problem with a recording like that, I get mad as hell. I try to ignore it, but still get mad as hell. Trying to push up the center escalator here, because somebody said in team chat that nobody was watching it. Oh wait, this isn't the center escalator. Well, I'll try that in a second. I get so confused. I really think this map, Metro, needs some rebalancing. They need to add in one more path here, something like maybe another staircase over on the left, because with 32 players, I think it's a bit too easy for the defenders to completely walk this area down. And in Conquest 64, this map is completely fucked. Honestly, with Conquest 64, they should probably add in the park area outside that's not currently on the map, and that would help a lot. But still, I think this part of the map is just too much choke points, too many bottlenecks. Even the phase before this, where you're coming up the tunnels, even, is not quite this bad, because once you push past the first area, and you've got like a few hallways you can go up and stuff, that's not so brutal. But this phase on this map is just, holy choke points, Batman. It's, yeah, this is just a fucking meat grinder. I don't know. I don't really think DICE is going to make any major changes to the map. I mean, it's taken them as long as it has to release any patches at all. As I said in another video, I'm kind of annoyed about, but I think this map really needs to be looked at. It's just kind of messed up. Anyway, that's the end of this video, guys. I went 15 for 10. I'll leave my stat screen here. Some weird shit happened here where the game detected like 2 losses. It said your team lost, and then it said your team lost, and it glitched the fuck out. You'll see in a second. And I looked at battle log, and it actually had 2 battle reports, one of which just everybody had 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, like no kills, no deaths. But my team lost somehow. Weird shit, Captain. Anyway, yeah. Glitching the fuck out. Anyway, didn't actually say your team lost. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. That's the end of this video. And until next time, Trouble T Cat out.